What up, everybody? In this video, I'm going to be adding collision to my top wall, my bottom wall. I'm going to be putting in my side walls and this spike pit. So when we go over there, it is going to be an obstacle and it will kill us. So let's go ahead and jump into the code. And the first thing that I want to do that is come back into our walls class that we use to make all of our walls for all of our levels. And we need to put in the pictures of level 8, the walls that we want to use. So we're just going to call this self top 8 is going to be equal to pygame.image.load. And we are going to join our obstacle folder. Obstacle. Let's go up here and make sure I spell that right. Obsata. Obstacle. So obstacles. So obstacles, and then it needs to be our level 8 top.png. Okay, and now we're going to go ahead and convert this just to make sure everything is good when it loads. So the next one we need is the bottom, but we're just going to use the same picture. So we're going to go self.bottom 8 is equal to pygame.image. Oh, not pygame image transform, because we want to use that same picture and we just want to flip it. So we got to go self.top 8 and we want it to be false. Hold on. Oops, that's why. I spelled it wrong. I have an extra letter in there. So we want to do the self top 8. We don't want it to be flipped sideways. We just want it to be flipped up and down. So we will also convert this. And for our side, we will go ahead and go self.side sides 8 is equal to pygame.image dot I cannot type dot load, and then we need to join once again our obstacle folder. So obstacles, and we want to join our level 8 sides, which should be right over here somewhere. So that's because we're in other pictures. So under our obstacle pictures, yep, there we go, level 8 side. Level 8 underscore side dot png, and we want to convert that as well. So these are the 3 pictures for the top, the bottom, and the 4 sides that we are going to do. And now down here, we have the 3 functions that I created earlier to draw the 3 functions onto the screen. So now that we have our functions to draw them on this screen and we have the pictures to draw on this screen, let us go back down here to our level 8 that we are creating, and we will go level 8 underscore top is going to be equal to walls, our walls class, and our x is going to be 0, and our y is going to be 60, and the width is going to be the whole width of the screen, and we want that 32 pixels tall. So we're going to do the same thing with the other level 8 bottom is equal to walls, and we want this at 0, but this time we want it at the bottom of our screen, so we're going to say 765. Once again, we want it as long as the screen, and we want it 32 pixels high. So now we want 4 sides. So we're going to say level sides, level 8 side 1 is equal to walls. And we want these to be at 1140 for our X. And our Y we will put up at 65. And then for the picture size is 441 by 243. So we're basically just going to use this over. So we're going to do 4 of these. So we'll have side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, and our side 2 we want over at 0. Okay. So our side 2 we want under our side 1, so we just want to move that down a little bit to 535, and same with side 4. And then these two will be at the beginning of our screen. So we just need to make those 0 for our X. So now that we have our top, our bottom, and our 4 sides, let's go ahead and put our sides into a list so we do not have to type that all out when we are drawing them. So we will make this a list with our 4 sides in it. And we will just quickly paste 4. So this one will be 4. And this one will be 3. And this one will be 2. And then 1. So now we have the function and the images to call our images that we want. So now we need to come up here and put them in our starting room function. So we can go level 8 top is, we want that to be draw top 8, and then we need our screen, and then we need level 8 bottom, and we want bottom 8, and then we need to add the screen. And we'll just make a list for our sides to save some typing. So we'll go for W in level 8 underscore sides. And we'll just want to go draw sides 8. And then we will put that on the screen. And I just put an 8 on the end of those so I know what level they go to. And now we want to add it to our collision group, which is our walls group. And we just want to go ahead and add our W to that. And so we want to do that same up here. We want to add our bottom and our top wall to the, hold on, let me close the window. I'm sorry about the neighbor's dog. So we want to add to the group, and we also want to add level 8 underscore top and level 8 bottom. So now with all of this on the screen, we should be able to test our game, and the walls should now be there and have collision. So there it is. Our walls are indeed there. They have collision. They're off a little bit, but that is good for now. We can't clip up to the top. We have collision. We can still switch between. That means, so that is good. That is working the way we want it to. We will pretty it up in another video. So for now, we want to go ahead and add in our spike pit and its collision. So we want to do that under our level 8 class. And to do that, we're going to need to add an x, a y, a width, and a height to our class function here. So we're going to want to make sure this has a 0, a 0, a 0, and a 0, because we're not calling any of its rectangle. We're simply just calling that. So that shouldn't affect anything there. And now we need to go self.x equals x, self.y is equal to y, and etc. So we'll go self.width and self.height is equal to h. So this is giving it our rectangle parameters. So when we call in our spike pit under here, we can just do the collision with our spike pit and our arrows and our other obstacles here, because this is the only place they're going to be. We don't have to worry about recalling them anywhere else. So we need to go ahead and add a rectangle to this class then, which is going to be self.rect and pygame.rect. And this is going to be self.x, self.y, and width and height. This is so we can customize how big our box is. Okay, so now that we have our x, our y, our width, and our height, we need to go ahead and tell it what image we want to be loading. So we're going to go image2 is equal to pygame.image, and this time we want to join. It is going to be an obstacle, so it's going to be in our obstacle. Did I call it obstacles or obstacle? Yep, so obstacles folder. And the one is called spike pit png and then we're going to convert that. So now we have the pit image we want to load, and then that we can make it a rectangle, and so we can add its own collision. So now we will go ahead and add a function to draw our pit on the screen. So we're going to just go draw pit. We will need our self and then our screen. So now we want to go screen dot blit, and we just want self.image2 and our self.rect. So let's go ahead and draw that in our starting room now. Okay, so where is it? We would just want to draw under all of our, so self.draw underscore pit on our screen. And if we did this right, it really shouldn't look any different, but it shouldn't cause any errors. Oh, well, it is there, but we forgot to change our rectangle. So there is this. We just need to make sure this comes over here, and we can go ahead and put collision on that. So let's go back to this. And up here, we just did self in our self.rect. And ooh, what? It is all just zeros. So I think that'll be an easy fix. We're just going to go down here and we will call it level 8. And we're going to call this the pit. And it is just going to be from level 8. And the 2 rooms, that isn't going to matter for our pit. What is going to matter is our rectangle. So the X and the Y. Oh, where is that pit coordinate at? I did not write that down. So we will go ahead and look where this is at. Look where this is at over here. So we want these coordinates to be 730 and 280. So 730, 280. Let me write this down really fast. I'm sorry. I'm very forgetful. So 730, 290. We're going to round that up by 1, 230, and 250. That is what we will need to make this. So go back to the code. So for our X and our Y, we said was going to be 730, 130 by 290. And then we need this 230 by 250. So back up here, instead of self.draw pit, we want it to be level 8 underscore pit dot draw pit. So if we go back and run this again, that should place it close to where we want it. And it does. We'll just need to move it up just a few pixels. So back under here and our level, our X and our Y. So we will just move this up to 285. Run it again, see where it is at. All right, 5 more pixels and we'll call that good. So we'll just say 280. Run that. And there we go. We will go ahead and erase some of these pictures in the background later. But for now, this is looking good. We have our rectangle there that we can add collision to. We have our walls with collision. So I think it's coming along fairly well. So to add collision to this box, we need to write one more function in our one more parameter in our function. So it is going to be basically an enemy collide collision. So we need to tell it if we are on level 8 is equal to level 8, we want it to go back to turtle at the beginning of our teleporter. So turtle.rect.x is going to be 0. Our turtle.rect.y is going to be in the middle of the screen. So that is going to be height divided by 2. And we need it to take away one of our lives. Just like that. So now let's go double check. Okay, so we have a way to draw it on the screen. We have it drawn on the screen. So I think under our function down here, we just need to add it to our vehicles class. And that is the class at the beginning of this project that I thought were just going to be vehicles for my enemies and my collision. So we need to go vehicles.add and we want to go level 8 underscore pit. Okay, so now that we've added it to that collision group, we can go back and test. So it should be as soon as we go over. Oh, what is this error? Type 1. Hold on. Has no mask. Oh, it is not liking that at all. So I think what we need to do to fix that is under our class, we need to add a mask. See if this works. So we go self.mask is equal to pygame.mask, and it's going to be from our surface, and that is going to be self.image2. So, because that is the image that we have our spike pit on. So now that we have a mask, our air down here should be fixed. And it is. So now as soon as we go over our pit, we die. So, but we can't see what level or how many lives we have up at the top. So we need to go ahead and put that in really quick under our draw function down here in our level 8 draw function on our starting room. Actually, both of our rooms. So what we need to do that we just can copy and paste a little bit of the code from above, and that is just simply show lives and show my level. That is right here. So if we copy and paste this and we come back over here to our code, we will go ahead and put it under our starting room. As you can see now, this is starting to be just like our normal other draw functions, getting long. It's not liking something. Okay, we can't put it here. Never mind. We will have to go put it on this other side, but that's okay because we can just put it under our level 8 after everything else. After we draw everything else onto the screen, we can put those. So when we call our play level, it's already there. So let's test to make sure we got that right. So now up here in the corner, we have level 5 and level 8. And if we go ahead and run over our spike pit, it is we die. So everything is looking good so far. Our images are looking a little goofy, and I will go ahead and work on that. That'll probably be an off video thing, but I think that is all we're going to do for today's video. On our next video, we're going to add our arrows in, which will be shooting from our walls and will also kill us, and maybe the lock to get to our end level 8. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Bye.